Okay, in this video, I want to talk about these mass killings, mass shootings. I made a video about my condolences already. I wanted to separate that. But I want to also talk about a lot of things about this. But at the moment, I want to talk about the anxiety that this is causing people. Of course, you know, people's lives were lost, and there are survivors, and it's not. And of course, the survivors are feeling, the family members, the friends, the co-workers, whomever. You know, they're feeling it because they actually knew the people, you know, that were killed. Okay, and of course, you know, they're feeling that they're going through grief, grieving stages. They're going through a lot, and maybe, you know, many of them are feeling the anxiety that maybe many of us outside of it who did not know them feel. You know, this is, you know, these are acts of terrorism, and you know, anybody could feel this. I don't think that a person would have to be have a disorder, you know, anxiety, to feel something, that a fear of even going to the store. I know I felt it. I know I felt it seriously each time. It was like, you know, because as I say, I live in what I call Narcissism-ville. It's not one suburb, but one suburb has the reputation, and guess where somebody apparently graduated from. But yeah, and anyway, but this has been causing me some anxiety. Pardon my videos on this all around, because I am experiencing it. I was diagnosed with panic disorder. I don't even remember when. It was so long ago, seriously. And then at least over 20 years, I think. Because then I got on a medication for diabetes, and a lot of that subsided. And I'm not saying that would be the case for everybody at all. I'm not a healthcare professional or provider. So, but it was for me. But I still, at least once a year, usually once a year, I'll have a panic attack. And I do experience anxiety, but not like I used to. And when things like this happen, you know, I don't want to make this all about me, but I am talking to other people, you know, who feel this, whether you have a disorder, like I said, or not. But we feel this, you know, those of us who do. This anxiety, you know, not wanting to go out. I'm pushing myself, seriously, because I also experienced agoraphobia. People call agoraphobia. Twice in my life. When I was 28 and then when I was 33. And I couldn't get out of my house for I don't know how long each time. That was so long ago. I'm 56 years old. I don't remember the dates and all that. And getting out of my house was terrifying. I couldn't do it. It was a horrible experience in my life, most horrible. You know, in that respect. So I am pushing myself. I have to go pick up my glasses, my new glasses, eyeglasses, and tomorrow I have to go get the medications. And the medication is, you know, is where I have to go pick them up. Is where the person lived from the El Paso shooting, that suburb of Dallas. So yeah, I'm going to say my brain is very logical, and I understand it logically. The chances of, you know, something happening. I do know where I live. However, there's a bit of a difference here, quite a bit in some respects. But the whole, you know, it had the reputation before I knew it. It even existed of people with a high sense of entitlement, and they feel, not everybody of course, but many of them do feel they're entitled to do and say whatever they want. Okay, and when you have made videos after videos for how long now, I don't know, about how it affects a person just to go to the store, how you never know. I just recently witnessed racism. Okay, I did a video and I put it on a different channel, but it was just a horrible experience. I think that was the title. It was a horrible experience of seeing racism you know, just so blatant in a store I would not return to. As some of you know, my master's degree is in sociology, and I taught at college and university, and some of the things I taught about were against racism, sexism, ageism, okay, the negative isms as I call them. But yeah, you know, to witness that myself in a store, and you know, yeah, and then we all know that this is El Paso at least, and there are others, were hate crimes, okay? From what I know at this moment, that's what they're charging it as, a hate crime. And I think maybe a terrorism, yeah. The recent one most recent one, Dayton, Ohio, I don't know enough about. They haven't, you know, said much about it yet. The whole clip is not going to make much sense. I thought I had turned it on, and I don't. But I was talking about my anxiety. It was probably going to be obvious in these videos that I make on it. And I was talking about how I feel for people who, you know, like I had said earlier, I'm forcing myself to get out and do the things I need to do. But there are some people who suffer from panic, from anxiety, panic, and agoraphobia, agoraphobia along these lines, that they're not going to feel that comfortable. So I'm not one to give anybody any counseling advice or anything like that. Read the disclaimer. But I think people who have any empathy will be understanding about the people who are feeling this. And I know I'm not the only one in my household who was feeling it. That whole feeling of I don't want to go out, I don't want to go to the store, you know. And logically, I know the chance of it happening is slim, but it's the anxiety that's talking. You know, it's the anxiety that this kind of thing brought up. But hopefully, people will around somebody who's feeling anxiety and expressing it like I am at the moment. That you're understanding. That you don't say, oh, well, you know, and just make it worse. That's how I would feel. Somebody says, oh, well, you know, it's the chance of this happening, or this is, that makes it worse. If you're not that person's counselor, why are you saying it? You don't know how that person's feeling, and you don't know how they're going to react to what you're saying. Okay, I shouldn't say all that, but yeah, I feel this way. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. Okay, I should probably add in here, I have gone into the store and got my glasses and back out. I didn't have any panic attack or anything really. You know, I did feel a little bit of anxiety because in the past I would have just walked around a while and got some exercise. But yeah, baby steps sometimes. And it's been a long time since I've felt, you know, anxiety. But yeah, some of this is way too close to home. I'm not from El Paso, didn't live in El Paso, but like I said, yeah. Anyway, wrapping it up.